Toto Wolff has been feeling optimistic after the Australian Grand Prix, with Mercedes having achieved a strong double points finish. The team has faced a difficult start to the 2022 season due to problems with their car, including a persistent issue with porpoising. However, the Silver Arrows came away from Melbourne with perhaps better than expected results. George Russell benefited from timing his pit stop with the safety car, and as such was able to take P3, marking his first podium finish with Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton was only a little under 3 seconds behind in fourth, meaning that the Brackley-based squad are currently second in the Constructors Championship standings. As such, Wolff is pleased with the step forward that the team have taken during their visit to Albert Park. "We are leaving Melbourne in a better state than when we arrived. More lessons learned, more data to analyze, and more points on the board," Wolff explained after the race. "Clearly, we haven't gotten the pace yet to challenge Ferrari and Red Bull, but we know where we need to seek performance. One factor that leaves me very optimistic for the future is the mindset and strength of the team. Everyone in the UK, in Stuttgart, and in the traveling race team is pulling together every ounce of effort we have to tackle the performance gaps with determination and a deep hunger." Another reason that Wolff is feeling positive after the Australian Grand Prix is down to the performance of Russell and Hamilton, and he has acknowledged the strength of their partnership. "Seeing Lewis and George perform at an exceptionally high level today, with a tool that is clearly not on the pace of the leaders, is another example of the spirit of this team," the team boss added. "We are optimistic yet realistic on the timeline for improvement and the advantage our competitors have, but P3 and P4 helps us leave Australia with a good feeling." Both drivers deserve the podium today. Lewis was unlucky with the timing of the safety car, but the partnership between the two and how they work with another epitomizes the overall spirit of the team. Despite a sluggish start in the sport's new era, Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has promised not to give up hope for competing for the championship this year. Mercedes is convincingly third fastest, but about a second slower per lap than the early championship leaders. Scuderia Ferrari over the opening 3 races have proved to possess the best car so far on the grid, with Red Bull slightly second despite their reliability issues. When asked if he was accepting that a title challenge might be out of reach, Wolff answered that Red Bull's unreliability had played a role in the results more than genuine pace. He said, "I think we're on the back foot. If we look at it from a mathematical standpoint and probability, I would probably say the odds are 8-2, but this is motor racing and anything can happen. Teams can DNF, and if we unlock the potential of the car, then we can arrive back in the game. So, as a motor racer, I would say it is probably 40-60. As a mathematician, I would say the odds are worse against us. But third place of the season, we are not going to write the title off, but it is just the current status quo. We are, what was the gap? 7/10 off. The Silver Arrows will be looking to improve their pace and not rely on other teams' reliability issues to gain crucial points, with rumors suggesting they could bring upgrades to the W13 in Imola. Mercedes driver George Russell, however, does not expect any big modifications to his car in the foreseeable future, implying that Mercedes would have to wait at least a few more months to challenge near the front. It's credit due to the team for giving us so far a very reliable car, and we've got to be there at the end to capitalize from these results," said the British driver. "It's definitely not based on pace, but I think it's been a respectable start to the season in terms of how we've managed to optimize our lack of performance. But unfortunately, there's nothing substantial in the pipeline anytime soon. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a number of races," Russell continued. "I think there will be little things, there will be incremental steps, but we recognize that our rivals are going to be doing the same, so it may not be clear to the outside world that we've made progress, because Ferrari and Red Bull are going to be making progress as well." It was an annual game at Mercedes. Toto Wolff and Lewis Hamilton crept into the role of underdog in the preseason. then the team simply returned to dominating the field. This year, however, it appears to have been no bluff. Still, according to Anthony Davidson, there is no reason to panic yet. The Sky Sports analyst has been doing simulator work for Mercedes since 2012, and thus maintains close ties with the team. For Davidson, alarm bells were ringing even before the Formula One season began. At the winter test in Bahrain, he was concerned that the car there was nothing like the one he had driven in the simulator. Mercedes caused a stir with its new streamlined design, which was very different from the car it took to the first winter test in Barcelona. However, the new design didn't pay off, as the team has been plagued with porpoising problems ever since. Unlike Red Bull Racing and Ferrari, this does not allow them to adjust the ride height as desired. I think Mercedes ideally wants to run where the Red Bull is, but every time they try that, the bouncing is incredibly detrimental to comfort and speed, says Davidson. He stresses that it happens not only on the straight, but also in the high-speed corners. According to the former Formula One driver, there is no quick fix to Mercedes' problems, but there will be phased updates in the next races. The first update would be scheduled for the Australian Grand Prix. Still, this will probably not be enough to compete for the top positions, Davidson argues. The car is not as good as the Red Bull and the Ferrari. It is in no man's land, he continued. I do not expect them to make progress, but it will take time. Toto Wolff believes there is reason to be very optimistic about Mercedes after an encouraging performance at the Australian Grand Prix. Despite again struggling to match Red Bull and Ferrari's pure speed, George Russell and Lewis Hamilton were able to capitalize on the struggles of Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz to record third and fourth placed finishes respectively. Both drivers and team principal Wolff have spoken openly of their lack of belief in the car, which has struggled with porpoising, amid wider performance problems in the opening skirmishes of the 2022 Formula One season. Yet Mercedes are second in the Constructors Championship after 3 races, and new recruit Russell is the closest challenger to Charles Leclerc, who leads the chase for the world title by 34 points after taking his second victory of the season in Melbourne. Wolff hailed the spirit in the Mercedes team as they bid to solve their issues and challenge more consistently at the front of the race. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to see more of our future videos. With that said, keep enjoying our videos, and I'll see you in the next video.